So the NFL just released its top 100 players in the league. Obviously, number one, Saquon Barkley. I mean, I can't brag about that, but the dude actually, I'm not gonna tell you a lie. Saquon Barkley changed the face of the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I mean, it was that missing piece because I think throughout the whole season, when you look at it, when if going back and looking at how the Eagles performed in that first part of the season, it was kind of getting our feet together, kind of gelling and whatnot. 3-2 in the first 5 games, wasn't really saying anything. And the city was like, everybody was like, fire everybody. I mean, it was like, fire everybody. If they don't change things by the end of this, fire everybody. But Saquon Barkley, he deserved to be number one. I know we talked about this earlier. He deserved to actually be MVP as well. Because like we were saying before, we jumped on, the MVP award, if you look at what Saquon meant to the Philadelphia Eagles, there was many games throughout this season and one in the playoffs against your Rams that if it wasn't for Saquon, I don't think the Eagles win that game. I don't think the Eagles pull it off because it's just that missing piece. And this is what we were missing the year before. I mean, you get to a certain point, but then we needed something to to get us through. So that's the true meaning of MVP. So I got to give it up to Saquon. The NFL got it right. NFL got it right when they said Saquon Barkley is the number one player in the NFL, top 100. Hats off to Saquon, man. Hats off to Saquon. I appreciate that. Big time for sure.
Laughing. I ain't laughing. I agree with you.
You got to
I agree
clap.
with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Right? I agree with you. He deserved being. I ain't laughing for that though.
Yeah.
Um,
Bad.
but no, let me piggyback off of that a little bit. Like, right? So Saquon Barkley, phenomenal season. 2,000 yards rushing, right? He had 13 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, only fumbled the ball twice, 178 yards receiving. You said he was the missing piece. He was the engine,
He was
right?
a lot. Yeah.
You have championship teams and they're missing a piece. They're missing a linebacker or maybe a receiver, a slot guy, someone that could kind of get them that extra right oomph,
Yeah.
right, to get them over the top.
Yeah.
But he was the whole engine.
Kidding.
He was everything. So you say you don't think y'all would win it without him? If y'all didn't have him, y'all would not have won that Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley. You look at those games, the playoff games in particular, the two break long gains against the Rams, those 2 touchdowns he had for, like, he blew the game open with those. Well, not really blow the game
No,
open,
yeah.
but
But yeah, change the
yeah,
momentum.
he
Yeah.
changed the momentum, right?
Yeah.
But you go back, you go to the Commanders game, blow it open. And then you go in the Super Bowl and all eyes are on him. The whole defense is fixated on him. It allows Jalen Hurts and the other guys to do what they need to do. Receivers can't get double coveraged because you got to put that extra man in the box. So Saquon Barkley changed the whole facet of that Eagles offense. And I think without him, there was no way you guys would win that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
With this voting, with the NFL getting it right, I think the voting is based on the players. I think the players
Players. Yeah.
vote for these rankings, and yeah, I think the players did definitely get it right. Where I think the NFL got it wrong is the fact that Saquon Barkley was not last year's MVP. I don't understand what else can a non-quarterback do, Lynx?
I don't know.
What
I
else
really
can
don't know.
someone who does not play the quarterback position do to garner the MVP award in the NFL? Rush for 2,000 yards. He is the engine for that whole offense. Without him, you do not win those games. The defense has to atone for him, where he's pulling defenders from other players so that other players can get freed up and get theirs. I don't know what else he could have done to get MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think it's gonna be another situation where it was like this year. Last year you had Josh Allen win, and Lamar Jackson won the year before, where it was flip flop, where actually This year, Lamar Jackson was closer to win it than Josh Allen, but Saquon should have took it, right? So if Saquon gets anywhere close to 1,500 yards or something like that, I could see them giving him the MVP this year, even though he may not deserve it. But the NFL is like a year late. I mean, on the last couple of awards, it was kind of topsy turvy, but it's not much more. Actually, I'm not saying not much more. It was nothing else he could have done. It was nothing else he could have done. He did it all. I mean,
Did
what else
everything.
is there to do? So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough for the other guys, coming along unless they change this voting and change how this is done. It's going to be tough for other non-quarterbacks to continue to win, because I know we were going over this, before. In the last 12 years, it's been all QBs.
All QBs the last 12 years, starting from last year, you have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and then you have Adrian Peterson.
That's what I'm saying.
That
All the
goes
way
on
back to Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, right?
Wow. You know what?
It's ridiculous.
You know what would be interesting? I need to look that up. What was Adrian Peterson's stats that year? Let me look. Let me see.
So this would have been 2012,
Yeah.
right? His stats in 2012. I can tell. I don't think it was. He didn't rush for no. Well, no. Okay. So 2012, he had 2,000 yards,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
287, 12 touchdowns.
12 touchdowns.
Yeah. No, he had 217 receiving yards and one receiving touchdown. Yeah.
So it looks like, and Saquon had 2,035, I think, or something like that, or
hmm
2,000, somewhere around there.
He had. Well, he had 2005. Mind you, he
He
sat
could
out
have.
a game.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
sat out
yeah,
a game.
yeah, yeah. He could have. He
And
could have actually broke the record
but
if
one could also say that Adrian Peterson did play one game less, right? They were
true,
playing 16
true,
games, right?
true.
So
Yeah.
all things
So I
being
guess it's
equal,
even. Yeah.
yeah, it is even, right?
It's even. So, and that year, I mean, Adrian Peterson, I mean, it was like you just couldn't stop the dude. Same thing with Saquon Barkley. And so I just think that what the NFL did last year was, they felt like they owed Josh Allen from the previous year, and they just gave it to Josh Allen, which was a snub to Saquon, man. Because I don't see that. I don't think Adrian Peterson ever got to 2,000 yards again after that. And I don't think it's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, you can't.
You
I
can't
don't
you
think that.
can't do that every.
Yeah,
That's unheard of. You're
yeah.
not going back to back 2,000 yard seasons. That's crazy. I mean, you would be worn out. I mean, you would be injury prone after that. So yeah, it's unfortunate that he didn't win it last year, man. They definitely snubbed him on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was to play devil's advocate here and like look at it from I won't say an objective view, but more so if I was to debate the other side of this, I guess one could say that Saquon Barkley had more talent surrounding him. Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, right? One of the best offensive lines in the league last year.
Absolutely.
Um, and one could say that those are the things that contributed to him having those stats. Whereas someone like Josh Allen and even Lamar Jackson, and you look at the talent that surrounds them, it's not comparable. It's not comparable. I think that would be the only that's something worth debating.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
that 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 would be a good debate. I could argue against that,
hmm
even though they had that line, etc. We've had some guys that have been behind that line that wouldn't even come, wouldn't touch that, right? Wouldn't because the guy is a special talent. When you look at him and you look at how he can, now don't get me wrong, it did contribute because with him being with the Giants, their line was trash, right? So I mean, and he still was 1,000 yard rushing back, so he would definitely still hit that 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards, et cetera, et cetera. He got injured there a little bit, and so when you do get behind a great line, that could really open up these holes for you. Coupled with your talent, then sky's the limit. I mean, they just it was just his talent was just optimized based on that line. So yeah, I mean, you could argue there. It could go both ways. I think that would actually be a good debate just to go down the stats and see what that looked like. But yeah, Saquon Barkley, man, hats off to him. I think I'm looking here now. Let me see. I want to see if I can pull this up real quick. We had Saquon Barkley was number 1. Lamar Jackson was number 2. Josh Allen was number 3. Mar Chase number 4. Patrick Mahomes number 5. Joe Burrow number 6. Derrick Henry number 7. Myles Garrett number 8. Justin Jefferson number 9. Patrick Surtain number 10. Anything any arguments there in that? Okay.
I think this is a good list.
Yeah.
And I think the order is right. And I think this is exactly how the MVP voting should have gone. I think Saquon should have been the guy to win. Runner up should have been Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know what? You know one thing when I look at Myles Garrett, right? And I remember when he came in the league, but when I look at Myles Garrett, do you think? Because I think he's 27. I want to say he's 27. Do you think he's at the peak of his his career at this point? I know he just got the new contract, and this guy's 6'4", 272 pounds. Could but I don't know what it is. I wasn't like, I guess for me, when I look at it, maybe because they were in an underperforming market, Myles Garrett really didn't he didn't even really jump out like, Myles Garrett. I heard about him. I mean, not heard about him. I know about Myles Garrett. But what I'm trying to say is I didn't know that the other players ranked him that high. Yeah. So that when I looked at it, I was like, oh man, I didn't know Myles Garrett was going to be in there.
No, it's not hype. It's not overhype. He's exactly where he should be. He's a special talent and a specimen as a defender.
Yeah.
It's the market. It's the team.
Yeah.
It's the Browns. So
yeah.
You'll be hard pressed to really get a lot of fanfare, except if you're not in that Ohio, Cleveland area. But outside of that, you don't really get the respect. It's very hard to get it. So yeah, he's phenomenal. He is 29.
29. Okay.
Right. He's 29.
Okay.
And this is now, like, I think this is at the pinnacle of his prime. This is where I think he signed that contract, this last contract, at the right time.
Right.
So now anything past this is
yes, it's going to be it's on the decline.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, the list looks good. Top 100 completed. So, all right, let's move into these games that's coming up Thursday and Friday. NFL season getting started. I want to start with the Chiefs and the Chargers. They're going to be in Brazil. I know that is going to be a game that, that's going to be Friday, September 5th at 8 p.m. That's going to be streaming on YouTube and NFL Plus. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. They got dismantled. You got the Chargers that, the Chargers are from what I heard, Jim Harbaugh has not lost an opening game when he coached in the NFL. As a coach, in the NFL, he's not lost an opening game. This is gonna be the first one. This is gonna be the first. This gonna be the first one that they lose, because I don't see the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs now are retooling, even though they lost Rashee Rice, I think, to suspension. They are still going to be well equipped to win this game. I'm just not. I'm biased. Not biased, but I'm just not impressed with Justin Herbert. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with. I mean, a lot of people are hyped on Justin Herbert, and don't get me, prototypical pro style quarterback. But I'm just not impressed. And it might be the market again. It may be the market. And and that's why I'm a little not that impressed. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Chiefs are gonna come out. I'll give my when we talk about this some more, I'll give my score prediction. I want to hear what you got to say about this. But I definitely think the Chiefs are going to open the season up in grand fashion. We'll see what Travis Kelce brings, since he just got engaged. But we'll see if he actually in the game or not. But yeah, I think the Chiefs got this, man. I don't like I said, Justin Herbert is going to get his yards, but to me, just really not impressive. I mean, that's just me.
So I'm gonna riddle off some stats to you, okay? Because you say you're not impressed by
Not
Justin
impressed,
Herbert.
man.
You're not.
No.
Okay. So if I tell you Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert, that he had, okay, in the 70 plus games that he's had, right? He won 46 games.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say he had a completion percentage of 64%.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Let's say in that time he had 14,000 yards passing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? He averaged 190 yards passing a game.
That's not bad.
Okay. 85 touchdowns, 39 interceptions, average about, let's see, it doesn't tell me the yards per game, but he had 55 rushing touchdowns. Right?
Okay.
What would you say to that?
I mean, looking at the stats.
No,
I mean,
but that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if I tell you that's not Justin Herbert's stats? That's actually Jalen Hurts' stats. Okay? Now, let me give you Justin Herbert's stats. Okay? 70 plus games. He's only played 2 more games than Hurts. Right? So Hurts had a 64% completion. Justin Herbert has 66. Okay? Hurts had 14,000 yards passing. Justin Herbert had 21,000 yards passing. Okay? Hurts averaged 190 yards a game. Justin averaged 267 yards a game. Hurts passed for 85 touchdowns. Justin passed for 337 touchdowns. Okay? Now, of course, Hurts had more rushing yards.
Right. Yeah.
Push, right?
Yeah.
And Justin Herbert, he had 13 rushing yards. Statistically, especially from the passing perspective, Justin Herbert, he has better stats.
He got better stats, yeah.
Look at the coaching. I can't name you one of his offensive coordinators over the past couple of years. Same thing with Hurts. I know Hurts had the same deal, right?
Right.
But the organization for the Chargers before Harbaugh was abysmal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bad picks, talent, like people getting hurt, receivers going down left, right, and center, no offensive line, no consistent running game. And he still put up stats like that.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah. I got you.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you with the stats. Stats don't lie, right? Stats don't lie.
No, stats can lie. Stats can lie.
Yeah.
Right. But we want to use the stats and use our critical thinking to determine whether or not someone is what we think they are or not.
Yeah.
Okay. And you factor in all of the outside contingencies outside of the stats. So again, the Chargers, everybody knows the Chargers is a horrible organization. Again, this is before Harbaugh. Harbaugh is coming. He's coming. Right. He's righting the ship.
Right.
Okay. Right. He had Brandon Staley, I think, was the coach before him. That dude couldn't coach worth a damn.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't do. He made bad decision after bad decision in critical periods of the game that cost them wins.
Right.
That's a fact. That's not on Justin. Justin, per the stats and based off of what I saw him in terms of his play,
right,
he was not the reason why they were losing games.
Got you.
Yeah.
Who? Let me look this up real. Who is Justin's receivers? Who's Justin Herbert receiver?
That's another thing. Like right now, his main receiver is Lad McConkey.
Yes. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Right. They were trying, like they had drafted back in the day. They had Mike Williams.
Yeah.
He was like the dude was built like he was like 6'2", 200. He was built like AJ Brown. and
Yeah,
just as
yeah,
fast or faster, but he
yeah,
could not stay on the field. He
yeah. I
kept getting
remember.
hurt.
I
So there was
remember.
a lot of inconsistency there. They had Keenan Allen for a lot of those years. So a lot of these stats
Yeah,
is him and Keenan Allen
him and Keenan
connecting,
Allen. Yeah,
right? But Keenan Allen was he had several ACL injuries as well
yeah,
during that period of time.
yeah. It looks like in 2025 they brought Keenan Allen back. Let me see.
Yeah,
See,
he's back this year.
so he's back now.
He's
Yeah,
back this
but
year.
he's old. He's older.
He's
He's older,
older.
but he has chemistry with him. So yeah, I mean that's respectable, man. That's definitely Justin Herbert looking at it respectable. I think where it for me again you're looking at the entirety and to the totality of the rosters and all that and the team and how they put everything together. He just couldn't pull it off in the playoffs. The playoffs was just it was a disaster for him in the playoffs looking at that. But, again, you're looking at the team and you're looking at the players that's around him. So I guess I'll give him a break, man. I'll give
Hey,
him a
give him a
break.
break, Lane. Give him a
I'll
break.
give him,
Give
I'll
him a
give him a
break.
break. I'll give
Give
him
him a
a
break.
break. Yeah, yeah, I'll give him a break. All right. So,
And I think he only had two playoff games,
yeah.
and
So,
I believe he was hurt on one of them.
okay. All right. I'll give him a break, man. I'll give him a break. So, how old is Justin Herbert anyway? Let's see. He is, that's interesting. I need to keep an eye on this guy. He's 27. Okay. All right. 27. All right. I'm gonna keep an eye on Justin Herbert, man. I'm gonna make sure this year I'm kind of I'm kind of keeping a side eye on him so I could see what he.
Tune in.
Yeah.
I think Chargers is going to pull it out.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
So you
What
got to
what
take
gives you
under.
that? Yeah. What you
Well,
think?
so the Chiefs last year they went 15, and I think 10 of those games were decided by 1 point.
Yeah. It was close. It was close. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So at some point is that's going to turn. It's going to even out.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows me they weren't head and shoulders better than everybody that they played. They just made the right plays at the right time or got the right calls at the right time. And we all know how those refs were favoring Patrick
Boy.
Mahomes.
Boy.
As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, I think they fired a ref based
Mm-hmm.
off of a call he made in favor of Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that being said, with Rasheed Rice out,
Mm-hmm.
I know they got Hollywood Brown. I'm high on Hollywood Brown as a receiver for the Chiefs. I think he's going to come in. He didn't play last year because I think he had a collarbone injury that
Yeah.
took him out.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be a good fit for that team, and I think that's a sneaky asset for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't trust their running game.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco, he's a grinder, but he's not a game breaker by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
He's barely a chain mover, right? They have to scheme the runs to get him yards. I think with the Chargers, with their defense, with their running game and their commitment to the running game, with Justin Herbert, I think Lad McConkey he's going to elevate.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are going to sneak out a win in this game.
Interesting.
Especially if it was in Kansas City.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if it was over here in these United, I think I would have had a different perspective. But that's like an even playing field now.
Yeah. 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 It is.
So
It is.
I think the Chargers over there they're going to pull this one out.
All right. So based on that, based on you saying that, what's your prediction in this game, man? What's the score?
Points.
Yeah.
I always do horrible with point predictions, but what's the line? Do we know?
Let me see.
Yeah, so I think they got
3-point favorites. Let's see.
right by 3 points. So I'll say 24-20. No. Yeah. I'll say 24-21 in favor of the Chargers.
24-21 in favor of the Chargers. Okay. Okay. I think that's a good score. I think it's going to be 37-31 in
High
favor
scoring
of the
game.
Chiefs. High scoring game. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Because again, I remember if they're playing in the same stadium that the Eagles played in last year in Brazil, it field kind of turf was. It was good. Really, really good traction for the players. And from what I believe, it wasn't a high scoring game, but it was a lot of yards passing that game. And I think with these two teams right here, with Justin Herbert, with what you just explained, with him throwing the ball around the field. Keenan Allen is back. You got Lad McConkey there, and even though, like you said, Rashee Rice is out, they still have what's his name?
Xavier Worthy.
They got Worthy. They got Worthy, and they have Juju Smith-Schuster again, who is there. I mean, I know he is what it is what it is. But they got him there. But Xavier Worthy, I think they're gonna open it up. They're gonna open it up, and
So
it's gonna be a high
if you
scoring game.
counting on Juju Smith-Schuster, they in trouble.
Yeah, no. I don't think I don't think they counting on him. But
All
I
right.
think he just there's an element of his game to where if he has the slightest focus on him at all, Xavier Worthy, man, he gone, he gone. So I think this is going to be a high scoring game, 37-31, in favor of the Chiefs, and they start 1-0 for the season.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We'll go back and we'll make sure we put these predictions down so we can pull it back up. See how it went. So in the game of the week, man, for me at least, and for the NFL, because this game won. This is the first game of the season. You got Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Micah Parsons-less Dallas Cowboys. Man, let me tell you something. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to tell you my true, honest feelings. I am apprehensive. This. We coming off the Super Bowl. Sometimes guys can get kind of complacent. Sometimes I know our coach Nick Sirianni has been talking to the guys, and everybody's saying the right things. Everybody's saying, look, that's over. That's done with. That was in February. It's done. We're not worried. But when you got a ring ceremony and banners and all these things and all these things going on, and you dropping that on the Dallas Cowboys, the team that everybody hates except people who are Cowboy fans for some odd reason. You know, it just the recipe to me is it's a little sneaky, man. The recipe to me got me a little apprehensive. Yeah, I know what we got, but the only way I think we don't win this game is because we're kind of complacent, because it's like we won the Super Bowl. Now you coming back, and then this gives Dallas the opportunity to kind of slap you in the face a little bit, for a wake up call. So with all that being said, we're not gonna lose the game, man. We're not gonna lose this game. There's no way. There's no way we lose this game. I would be apprehensive to the day, this happens, but we can't lose this game. It's just too much. Dallas don't have what it takes right now. I know they got two receivers that, and I'm looking at CD. This is what CD Lamb against Adoree Jackson. That's going to be an exploit. They can exploit Adoree Jackson, because I don't believe in Adoree Jackson right now. He gotta show me something. And CD Lamb is going to cook him. I mean that if unless he's showing something different that he showed in camp, and that's what has me worried, because I don't know why Howie let Isaiah Rodgers go to the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, we had a QB there, and then we had Slay over there. You could have signed Slay for another year in there, veteran minimum or whatever it is, and just keep him in there, whatever. But I guess they thought big on Keely Ringo, and Keely Ringo didn't really produce on what he was supposed to produce. So now we got a hole there at cornerback 2 that they can exploit, which will make the game a little bit closer than it should be. But I want to hear what you got to say. I'll give my prediction at the end. But as far as the score is concerned, but the Eagles going to win this game.
Yeah. Who's the Eagles? Who's offensive coordinator this year?
Kevin Patullo.
Kevin Patullo.
Yeah, so he's been with the Eagles for several years now in that offensive coordinator room. He's been there, and so he's gone through several offensive coordinators, and familiar with Jalen Hurts, and so I don't know. It's gonna be a tweaked offense. We don't know.
So all fun and jokes aside, right? Because before we started recording, I told you I was gonna predict for the Cowboys to win.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that aside, I'm concerned on you guys' behalf because if Petula's been there for that long, that means he was there that year before Kellen, right? When things kind of went
But yeah, it went
offensively.
south.
Of course, Saquon wasn't there either. Okay, so I get that, but I'm still concerned because I firmly believe unless your head coach is, how should I say it, if he's not like the offensive mastermind behind your scheme, which we know your boy Sirianni, that's not him. So if that's not coming from your head coach, always I get concerned when they start hiring from within, when they have a guy that wasn't originally from within when he leaves. Because Kellen Moore, he wasn't homegrown
Right.
in
Yeah.
Philly. You all pulled him in to help save your butts because you all needed
Yeah.
y'all
You
needed
needed
someone to
somebody
kind
to
of
call the plays. Yeah.
jumpstart that offense
Yeah.
and get more creative and get you guys because I remember the year before there
Yeah.
was no y'all weren't even no motion. There was no motion.
Nothing.
There was no
Nothing.
movement.
Nothing.
Everything was predictable. Y'all was hot
Yes.
for like the first couple of games, and then after that, everybody knew what you guys were doing.
Yes. Yes.
That's my concern, that it goes back to that
Yeah. Yeah.
or some version of that.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me right now to say that you guys are going to be close to what you were last year. I mean, you got Saquon, so you're going to be something. You're going to be better than when you were 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? But will you guys be what you were last year? I highly doubt it. At least in the first couple of weeks, because your guy isn't there. The offensive coordinator, he's in New Orleans now.
Right. Right. Right.
So if there was any time for Dallas, even without Micah Parsons, to sneak one in and get
Yeah.
one on you guys, it would be
It would be now.
this Thursday.
Yeah.
I think again, I think Dallas possibly going to pull this out because I think they, based off of what they're saying, how about everything was a distraction. They're just glad to get everything behind them. They really don't seem that dejected that Micah is gone. When you listen to the reports, when you read the reports and listen to the interviews, they say what they're supposed to say.
Right. Right.
But when you're reading their body language, they're like, we're just glad to get it. When they ended with we're glad to have that behind us, and the fact that Michael wasn't even practicing at all this through training camp, so they were already preparing as if they were going to play without him, which also leads me to believe that Jerry wanted to trade him from the beginning anyway,
Yeah. Most likely.
especially now
Most
that
likely.
reports are coming out that he has that neck injury. I don't know if you heard about that.
I know. I didn't hear about that.
Well, sorry, back injury between his L7 and L5, right? And they say he's going to need an epidural before the game.
Shoot.
So it's that serious. So
Wow.
with all that being said, I think they're going to be fine, at least starting without him, because they weren't really counting on him to be there based on their preparation.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they're gonna sneak one out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, that's fair. Given that, although that's not going to happen, I am going to tell you right now. Here's the score. My prediction for this game: Philadelphia Eagles 27, Cowboys 17. I think it's going to be close in the first 3 quarters. It's going to be close, and I'm going to be on pins and needles. I'm going to be like, I'm not this not looking good. And I think Eagles fans are going to be kind of on pins and needles. And then in the fourth quarter, it's going to be over. And I think what's going to happen is going to be a fumble. It's going to be the defense coming up big. And then after the defense come up big, then Saquon is going to go off on you. And then it's just going to get away from the Dallas Cowboys. It's just Eagles just going to overpower them at the end of the day. They're going to come out firing. They're going to come out swinging. Don't get me wrong. This the first game. They coming out swinging, especially with Micah leaving. They want to show what time it is, so they want to show the whole world, Jerry, everybody, hey, we the Dallas Cowboys. And they are going to stick in there. And Cowboys fans will be very optimistic. But at the end of the night, they're going to get overpowered, man. Eagles just going to overpower.
You said Adoree Jackson is going to be covering CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah.
So that tells me Dory Jackson is your top cornerback.
No, 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 no. I had that wrong. Quinyon Mitchell.
Okay.
Quinyon Mitchell is going to be. So
Okay.
I'm not worried about CD.
Okay.
I'm worried about
George Pickens.
yeah, George
George
Pickens.
Pickens. Gotcha. Gotcha.
With my man with
Gotcha.
Adoree Jackson. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thanks for catching
So,
that for me. Yes.
all right. No, no,
Yes.
no. Because that was in my head. Okay. Let me go back. Yeah, this is gonna be close.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be close. It's the Saquon factor in this as well. Dallas has revamped their defense to be more run stop oriented. You got a lot of people who tried to stop the run against you guys last year. That didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
2,000 yards. So, you know what? Let me take back what I said. I'm going to I'm going to predict you guys to win. You should win. Jalen is going to have to be a heavy contributor in you guys being successful. And if I was to do a prediction, if Saquon goes off, all right, this could easily get out of hand too. You know what? Let's say 31-20, you guys.
31-20.
Yeah.
All right. I look, that's respectable. I really think that's around the same thing what I got around numbers kind of the same. But yeah, I truly think it's going to be a close game. You know, I'm not the pie in the sky Eagles fan, man. I know sometimes I could go overboard. Um, but you know, just a little bit,
A little bit.
just a little bit, just a little bit. But I'm also realistic, and I give other teams the benefit of doubt, and just looking at it, and it's a division game. It's a division game, and the Cowboys got something to prove. We dropping banners and stuff. I'll tell you this: if we dropping banners, getting rings, and we blow them out, their season over. They might as well forget it. I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles blow them out, their season is over. Ain't nothing happening for them. They will be destroyed and crushed because there's no way you're gonna have a team that's distracted with all of this coming off the Super Bowl and all this and all that, and then you got a CB2 that's kind of questionable, and they still blow you out. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dak's going to be busy running for his life too, with your defensive front, with your front seven, and the fact that see, I also had forgotten that you guys are going to be playing at home. So
Yeah, we're gonna be at home, man.
that's
It's gonna
why
be wild.
I made the change in my
Yeah,
prediction. So
yeah, yeah,
with all those contributing factors, I think you guys should win this one handily.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's going to be exciting season opening game, and just the season in general. I know we'll be back on Friday, kind of talk about some of the other games and stuff like that, and kind of give our predictions and those other games. But these first two games, let's see what
See what you got.
see how it transpires, man. It's going to be
All right.
ready to go.
I'm just excited, man. Football season has started.
Yes.
We 2 days away. First week, kick it off with you guys. That Brazil game, that's on Friday, right?
Yeah, that's on Friday.
That's on Friday. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be recording around the time when this game is playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll keep
So
eye
yeah.
out.
So we'll
Can
keep
keep.
eye out while we're recording, while you see if anything happens. But for the most part, we'll be predicting the other games. Let's get those betting lines ahead of time so we could
Yeah,
be
man.
prepared for that. But all right,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck. Good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck on the season.
Yeah, man.
I
You
waiting
too,
for
man.
that rematch. When we play you guys?
Third week, week 3.
Third week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
week 3, and that's coming off of this game. Then we travel to Arrowhead. Then we got you guys. So that's a gauntlet.
That ain't no gauntlet.
That's a gauntlet, man.
Arrowhead? Didn't you all just blow them out in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but they gonna be at home, man. They want revenge. They out for blood. They out for blood.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Name one person on that offense that scares you.
Patrick Mahomes. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. But that's all you need. All you got to do is throw it in. Somebody hand catch it.
Y'all bottled them up the last time.
Yeah. I want to see what Andy. Boy, I know Andy. Andy don't change. Andy don't change.
That's the problem. He don't change.
Andy don't change.
He don't
Andy
change.
Don't change. Yeah. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. This is gonna be good.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Right,
See
Friday.
you on Friday.